Hello, 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 ghosties. Hi. Hi to my ghosties on YouTube. Hi to my ghosties on Twitch. I hope you're all doing well today. Hello. Surprise. We're playing Spyro. Yeah. I was like just talking to my wife and I'm like, you know what? I've got time today. My wife's gone into the office and I'm like, well, I'm here. Hi, hope you're feeling good. I am doing just fine, thank you. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, 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 hello. I know it's a little bit impromptu, but you know what? I think the best streams are, you know, like on the cuff, on the fly. I don't really mind. I don't mind being a little bit like, well, we stream what we want around here. It's kind of how it happens, but it kind of makes sense. It is Tuesday. It is 9 a.m. It's technically my usual stream time by technicalities. But anyway, hello. I hope you're all doing well. Oh man, there's been a lot going on, and I thought, you know what better way to talk about what's been going on than play Spyro? Because why not, right? I love Spyro. Spyro Year of the Dragon is such a good game, and I was like, you know what? I thought okay, hold on. Let me get up in here so I can tell you about this, ghosties. Right. What? Hello. Yeah. Hi. It's big Norma today. You have to deal with this shit, I guess. Anyway, so first things first, I thought I'd never played this game on stream before. Turns out I was wrong. I've just never played this game on my YouTube channel stream before. This was during my Twitch era when I thought I was going to become a Twitch streamer. And then I was like, well, whoops, I guess. But it's fine. It's totally fine. We can pretend that I've never played this game before. Yeah, let's all just pretend this is the first time you're seeing this shit. And then it'll be fine, right? Right? We can all just pretend. We can all just make believe in our minds that this is fine. Yay. Hello. No one expects the Norma jump scare. Hold on. Let me turn my mic down. I think it's like slightly too loud. Am I slightly too loud? I think I was slightly too. The VOD doesn't exist. There's no evidence. Well, the VOD does exist somewhere, I'm sure. I'm sure the VOD is out there somewhere. I'm sure if you really went looking for it, it would be out there somewhere. But I don't know. Because I don't check all these other things. Anyway, hi. It's me, Queen of Best Laid Plans, Paranorma, and today we're playing Spyro Year of the Dragon. Let me see if this works. Oh, it does. I can see myself and see you at the same time. This is great. All right, I'm creating my new save slot. Oh my god, ghosties, how long has it been since I last streamed? Like a long time, right? So long that Secret streamed more than me recently. Oh my god, it's so bizarre. This whole like last couple of months, I'm skipping this by the way, a while. Yes, thank you. At least 10 minutes. Yeah, I've been offline for at least 10 minutes. Listen, I have been busy lately. By the way, oh no, they've stolen an egg. Right, there's a plot here. We don't know what it is. We don't need to know what it is. We do not need to know anything about this plot. It's fine. We're skipping. It's been 84 years. It does feel like it's been 84 years. And I do have a multitude of excuses and stories to tell you about what's been happening since I've been offline. Story isn't important, don't worry. Yeah, no, the story, you're right. Story's not important. Now, I'm pretty sure this version of the... I'm playing this on Duck Station, by the way. I know I'm not allowed to say the word emulator out loud, but I'm going to. So I'm playing this on Duck Station, so don't mind if the audio is fucked. I can't remember if the audio is fucked or not. Yo, is that the famous paranormal investigator and VTuber Norma? Hello, am I famous? I don't think I am. Oh, before we do anything else though, I need to tell you that yesterday was actually the 2-year anniversary of my album Norma. So my debut album Norma came out 2 years ago. How crazy is that? 2 years ago, my debut album came out, and we're now working on album 2. It's only been 2 years. Look, we either do things at 2 speeds. We do fast, or we do like insanely slow because I've ADHD and forgot I was supposed to actually be doing stuff. Oh my god, happy anniversary, I guess. Thank you. I know. How crazy is that? 2 whole years. 2 whole years. That's wild. And every single song on the album has more than 1,000 plays. So you know what? That makes me very proud. I think that is a humongous achievement. Considering that most music never makes it off the like most music just never takes off. Like, honestly, the fact that I've gotten that far, no, go away. I don't want to talk to you, Bianca. Bianca, leave me be. I'm yapping. Right. Don't you love it when the game's plot tries to stop you from yapping and you're like, no, I'm still yapping. You need to go away. The plot of the game needs to shut the fuck up so I can continue talking. Every one of them is, thank you so much. Anyway, wow, what a time has been. Time has been timing right now, and you know that ADHD thing when you wake up one morning and you realize that you've not done anything and you're like, oh my God, I've not done anything, you know, and like so recently what's been going on, obviously the podcast is still going well. If you don't know this for a fact, I am in a podcast at the moment. It's called Grow Up Runaway, and boy have I been busy making the music for that. Oh my God, it's my turn to be yapping, exactly. And I've been doing a podcast with my friends, my friend Liv and my friend Penny, my friend Jules and my friend Poppy. We've all been making a podcast together. It's been great. I've been making the music for it literally with my own bare hands. I've been doing so great, apparently. Everyone says so, allegedly. I don't know. I don't read any of the comments. So I don't know what anyone says about it. So hopefully it's all positive feedback. I don't know. All I know is what I get told by everyone else, because I am so like antisocial and not active in any of the Discord stuff. There is a Discord server for the podcast. I'm like never there. I'm like the ghost in the corner who just kind of like shows up when I need to, and then I'm like, right, my job here is done. I'm out. You know, they've been pretty positive. I'm so glad to hear that. Honestly, the podcast has been so fun. It's my first ever time doing anything like that, and it's been a huge deal to play D&D live in front of people. Well, not like live, but like, you know what I mean? Like to play D&D for this long is kind of incredible. I've never done D&D for more than like 2 sessions, and even those 2 sessions, it was really hard for me to stick with it. So the fact that my friend Penny got me into it and then got me to stay this long is kind of crazy. She's awesome for that. Shout out to Penny who put the whole thing together. She's awesome and incredible and a very, very talented DM. Thank you, Turing Hacker, for resubscribing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm woefully behind and have a ton of catching up. You're woefully behind. I'm on episode 3. I've literally only listened to episode 3. It's so funny. A few weeks ago, we were recording an episode, and Penny says to us, now, you all need to go and listen to this episode, okay? We need to go listen to this episode because there's going to be a callback to this episode that is going to come up in today's game, okay? And we're like, yeah, whatever. We've got a whole month to listen to it. So the day comes, we're recording the podcast, and she looks at us all, and she goes, has anyone listened to it? And we all, like, looked at each other, and we just went, no. And she went, well, you're all screwed. And I went, yeah, you know what? Sounds about right. It sounds about right. So, yeah, hi. But yeah, so that's one of the things I've been doing. I've been working on this podcast. I've been very, very busy podcasting and doing that. We record every month, but not only that, I've got like 20 tracks, I think, that I'm working on for the new season. So I just got my new list for the new season. I'm like, wow. It's a big ask. It's a lot, but I love doing it. It's so fun. I'm not saying it's a lot because it's a lot. I'm saying it's a lot because I'm like, damn, it's fun, but it's, oh man. Yeah, we all do something for the podcast. It's very fun. Originally, I was actually going to be the audio editor for the whole thing, but I'm way too slow. Like, fun story. I'm so slow. The Penny's like, hey, why don't you just focus on your music and then we can just, I can just help you. I was like, yeah, you know what? That sounds about right. Because I'm so fucking slow when it comes to doing stuff. Sometimes it's just like, for the amount of speed I put into most things, ironically, when it comes to big projects, I'm really slow off the mark. I'm not going to lie. So yeah. I think the last episode wrapped up the first arc and people have been interested in Weekly Magic. Yeah. So we just finished our first season of the podcast is now out. I think we're a couple of we're like a season ahead, I think, from where the podcast is right now. I'm obviously no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil anything. Ironically, right? Out of everyone, you'd think I would be the one giving you all spoilers for the podcast. Surprise, I'm not. Surprise! You'll never get spoilers from me. ironically, I'm like the most tight-lipped out of everyone just because I'm so busy and not there. It turns out me disappearing into the void every so often means that like no one's ever going to hear spoilers from me, which is funny because I think everyone put money on me being the one to drop spoilers first. But no, I haven't and I won't. So, haha. Anyway, it's been really fun and exciting, and I'm glad. If you don't know anything about the podcast, I'll tell you right now. It's called Grow Up Runaway. It's about 4 essentially children adventurers who are all animal-based life forms, who live in a place called Green Home, who one day decide to run away for various reasons, some of which are good, some of which are just kind of mid. I'm not calling myself out or anything, but it's good. It's really good. If you like D&D podcasts and you like adventures about like, yay! If you like adventures about, you know, like little animal creatures. Now, I won't lie to you, ghosties. Some of you are probably going to read me on this, but can you guess which animal I am in the podcast? I did it for you, by the way. Can any of you ghosties guess what animal I play in the podcast? Now, if you listened, you can't tell them because that's cheating. If you already know, you know. But like, if you don't know, can you imagine what little animal creature I play in the podcast? There's a little bit of fan service in this podcast. Just a little bit. I was like, the second I started this podcast, I was like, I'm going to do something for the ghosties. I'm not the owl. No, there is an owl in our party. It's not me. No, I'm not a chihuahua. I'm not a lizard. I'm definitely not a donkey. Jesus Christ. I'll give you a hint. It's my favorite animal. And so many of you will be so shocked to hear. Okay, you want to hear me say it? You want to hear me say it out my mouth? Do not clip this. Do not. Before I say this out am I a cow? I'm not a cow. Although I would have actually, there is a cow in our party already, so I couldn't be the cow. No, not a giraffe. Cows are cute though. I am a rhinoc. Imagine if I was a rhinoc. That would actually be kind of sick. No. So I play, drum roll please. I'm going to pause this for this. I play in the podcast. I play a cat girl. Yes, I am a cat girl. In the podcast. In the Grow Up Runaway podcast, I play the cat girl. Anyway, I keep getting told by people it's called a tabaxi, but I don't call it a tabaxi. I call it a cat girl. So I'm the bard. I'm the cat girl bard. I can say that now. I can tell you that I'm a cat girl bard. For now. And that's the only spoiler you get from me. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Anime woman plays cat girl. Shut the fuck up. And clip. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why would you clip that? Why would you clip that? No. I'm a cat girl in the podcast. Jesus Christ. I said in the podcast. I didn't say in real life. I didn't say right now. I said in the podcast. It's different. It's so different. Anyway, so when we were all picking our characters, I basically looked at Penny and I said, I have to be a cat girl. I looked at her and I said, I have to be a cat girl. And she looked at me and went, well, you don't have to be a cat girl. I said, no, trust me. I have to be a cat girl in this podcast. And she's like, why? And I was like, don't ask. Just understand that when people find out I'm playing a cat girl in the podcast, it will all make sense. Also, cats are my favorite animal. So, like, of course I had to be the cat girl. Of course I had to make a giant fluffy cat girl. Because tabaxis are normally quite feral looking things. And I insisted that Melodia, yes, Melodia, poor song, be fluffy and really kind of tubby and really big, like big cat, like a rag doll. Yes, that's going to be clipped out of context. I know. My editors are like, right now, all of my editors and my clippers are like rubbing their hands with glee. They're like, oh, wow, she said it. She fucking finally said it. And they've got me, and they're turning this into a short as we speak. Literally. I'm kidding. But when they see this, they're going to lose their minds. They really are. They're all going to lose their shit. And I did this to myself. I know. I literally could have picked anything else, but I didn't. Anyway, so that's one of the things I've been busy with is I've been working on this podcast. And the music for the podcast. It's been really fun. But like I said, it's been a real challenge making D&D music because funny thing about, we'd hang out there. We already all lost our minds. Yeah. I ironically have never listened to a D&D podcast before. Never. Grow Up Runaway is not only the first D&D podcast I've been involved in, but it's also the first D&D podcast period I've ever listened to. Yes. Including, unfortunately, I hate to say this, including Penny's first one, which I did try. No, trust me, I tried. I listened to one episode. I am a bad friend. I'm a horrible, horrible friend. I'm sorry, Penny. I love you. I'm a bad friend. Okay, right. Terrible friend. I need the certificate for worst friend of the year. Right. Anyway. I'm not a podcast girl. I'm not going to lie. And sometimes I even find it hard to listen to the Grow Up Runaway podcast, in post, because I lived it, right? I was there. I remember what happened, mostly. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, please go listen to Grow Up Runaway. There's been some success on it, and I'm really excited by it. The story that is being told is quite fascinating. And has been really enjoyable and fun. And allegedly, I'm doing my best. Penny keeps telling me that I'm doing good for the new person. Because obviously, in every one of her podcasts, she always casts a new person to be kind of like the eyes and the ears of the watchers, you know. Especially for the new D&D players. If you've never played D&D before, she loves to have a person in her podcast that you can live vicariously through. And she nominated me. Terrible idea. But anyway, she thought it was a good idea. I was like, no, it's a bad idea. She was like, no, it's great. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And I, sometimes I'm wrong. Not often, but sometimes. And so, yeah, it's been fun. It's been really, really fun. And it's been quite I thought it was going to be a really cutesy little podcast about cute little animals who are, because Melodia's 15 and the youngest in the party is 12. And then the oldest is 20, maybe 21. So it's about literal children. And I thought it was going to be a delightful little romp about little kids, growing up and doing their own thing. But it turns out it's quite horrific at points. There's been some actual horrible shit happening. And I'm like, what the fuck? Some of this has been quite dark. Anyway. If you like dark shit, watch out. It is technically a horror podcast at times. Yeah. Anyway, it's been really fun though. I've really enjoyed myself, and I've done a few charity live streams before, but it's been very different this time. So no, it's been good. But yeah, that's one of the big things I'm working on. Another thing is obviously I'm working on my second album. Oh no, it's Catch All the Lizards. Oh, here we go with skateboarding. Radical, dude. Gnarly. Not like the song gnarly, not like the song gnarly, but gnarly as in skateboarding from the 90s. Oh my god, radical. Oh motherfucker. Anyway, I was going so well. What else have I been up to? Oh my god, there's been so much drama. But not like the bad kind of drama that's the online stuff. It's been the kind of drama where I almost yelled at a pharmacist. I nearly yelled at a pharmacist one time. That went well. That went really well for me. How do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, exactly. Spyro Hawk. It is at Spyro Hawk time. Radical. We're about to grind some rails, I guess. Local VTuber hates pharmacist, turns to alternative medicine. I would never. My nan is super into alternative medicine. So, okay, I'm going to confess something to you. Like everyone else, I think my nan has become an anti-vaxxer. Yeah, it's really shameful, honestly. Every time I talk to her, I'm like, you are bonkers. Please stop this. Anyway, people honestly think they're like, Nornan is so nice. I'm like, yeah, Nornan told me the other day she's never getting a vaccine again. And I honestly think I have to cut her off. But But it's fine. It's fine. So, it's not fine. It's never fine. But, like, also, I don't know what to do about it. So, I did see the new trailer for the Spyro game. It is keeping me sane. Norma is my favorite character in the Norma cinematic universe. She shouldn't be. She's immediately cancelled on Twitter, honestly. Like, she should be, as she should be. Oh my god. Like, it's just a whole thing. Like, every time I see her, I hear some new shit. So my nan subscribes to, like, woo-woo magazines, right? That's her thing. She loves a woo-woo magazine. And I've threatened that when she passes away, I'm going to burn them all so that no family has to go through the shit that I've been through listening to her nonsense. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that I'm just like, yikes. Like, it's just, yeah, anyway. Welcome to the universe, I guess. This is the world we live in right now, where this stuff kind of happens. And you're just like, well, it's another day in the hellsphere. What are we going to do about it? I don't know. So... oh, God. No, adult chickenpox is not worth it. No, absolutely not worth it at all. Like, honestly, no. So anyway, luckily for you, I'm super up to date with my what is it, pandemic vaccinations. So I'm going to be fine. Like, yeah, I'm not, like, taking any chances anyway, because I've got a lot of friends at the moment who are immunocompromised. But no, anyway... but I ended up nearly yelling at a pharmacist. I see Purple Dragon. Hello. Thank you. I've had both COVID jabs, so I can use the 5G. Yeah, I was going to say my signal's actually amazing. My internet's doing really well because I've had 4 now. I've had 4 COVID jabs. So I've got 4 lots of microchips in my system. They'll always be able to track me from space. So don't worry. I'll never go missing again. Yeah. If you want to know where I am, I'm pretty sure there's a URL you can contact in order to find me now that I'm so full of microchips. This is a bit, by the way. This is 100% a bit. But I just want to show you how silly it sounds when people start talking this nonsense. Which it is nonsense. But anyway, so why did I nearly yell at a pharmacist? Well, actually, it was for a different jab. Some of you know I'm on Wegovy. Okay, I've been on Wegovy now for about a year. And recently, my Wegovy has been causing me some issues. So my doctor thought it'd be a really good idea to lower my dose. So I was on the highest dose of Wegovy, which in New Zealand is what they call the 2.4, not the 5, what the fuck? She wanted me on 3, and I don't even know if they can do 3. Yeah, we already know where you are, redacted New Zealand. Exactly, you already know where I am, it's fine. So anyway, I went to go pick up my medication from the pharmacy because my doctor's lowered the dose, and the pharmacist gave me my medication and it was all fine. So we thought, okay, well, there's 2 repeats on this. So I saw my doctor after I had a concussion, right? So I've had a concussion. I bumped myself in the head. Now, I don't know if I've even told this story yet. Have I told the story about my concussion? I don't think I've told you the story about my concussion, have I? Oh my God, Ghosties, it's been so long since I've seen you. I've got a concussion in this time. Right, very quickly, I went to the supermarket. Well, me and Secret went to the supermarket, which I don't know why Celia trusted Secret and I to go to the supermarket by ourselves. What a horrible idea. She should never let us. No, we both did. We both got a severe bonk in the head. Secret told the story. Well, she can fuck off. Anyway, damn, how dare she steal my thunder like that? Anyway, so Secret and I were at the supermarket. Now, oh my God, this fucking thing! 30 seconds. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? I better make it. Shit, okay, come on. 20. I gotta lock in real quick. Yes! Yes! Yay! Let's go! Yeah, when we're together, we're always trouble. I know that. You know that. We all know that. It's just people keep letting us alone, and I don't think they should. Anyway, so Secret and I were at the supermarket. Secret, I want to hear Norma's side to make sure no one's telling us. No. So Secret and I were at the supermarket, and well, okay, I don't know about you ghosties, but when Secret and I are alone at the supermarket, we get a little bit anxious. I don't know if anyone else gets anxious at the supermarket. We always do. And I don't know why. The supermarket is one of those places that just freaks us out. So anyway, we're at the supermarket and we're kind of low-key freaking out. I think Secret's freaking out because she's wearing like the shortest crop top known to man. And honestly, She should have been freaking out. That thing was short. I'm freaking out because I just don't want to be there and there's a lot of people. So anyway, between us, we're both freaking out. And now recently, Secret and I have been working out a little bit. So we've gained a little bit of muscle, which is actually what I was going to discuss with you. However, so the muscle thing is fine and dandy and awesome. Anyway, because we don't know our new strength anymore, we accidentally opened the car door into our faces. So she opened the front door and smacked herself right in the face, and I opened the back door and smacked myself right in the face, and we both ended up with matching little cuts on our face. Yeah. Yay! So yeah, it turns out when you smack yourself in the head with a car door, you might get concussed. Cool, I think that's every gem from this area. I'm satisfied, we can go. Yeah. So got a little bit concussed. Anyway, so the worst part was the second we did this, Secret looks at me and I look at her and we're both like, well, we got to drive home, right? And she's like, well, I'm dizzy. I'm like, well, yeah. Muscle Sisters next WWE Tag Team Champions. What the fuck? Cuts. How hard did you hit yourselves? Pretty bad. So, I think I have a photo. Hold on. Let me see if the photo is really embarrassing to show you. Because there is a picture. Hold on. Go away. Google is now trying to AI my photos. Tell Google to go away. Okay, how embarrassing is this? Okay, you can see my paws. Let me just crop it really quickly. Okay, you can see my really hairy eyebrows and my paws. But, okay, let me show you. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show this on stream. But you know what? I'm sure this pic is stream friendly. I don't know. It's fine. It's not like super bloody. But I just want to show you the severity of our accident. Because I honestly, yeah, I've cropped it. So this is what the car door did. Hold on. Oh god, I saw the Google thing. Make yourself the star of everything. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? It's really bad. Right, hold on. I found the photo. So, if you're squeamish, look away. Right, this is the cut. This is the photograph. Look at my paws. My camera phone is too good. You can see every pore on my forehead. Anyway, there's my eyebrows. Wow, I've got really bushy eyebrows. Anyway, so this is the little cut, and it's right at the center of my forehead. And I sent this to my brother-in-law, and he said, "Oh my god, Harry Potter." And I said, "Oh, don't compare me to Turfy Potter. Seriously." Eyebrow reveal. Yeah, there you go. So this is my forehead from where I smacked myself with the car door. And luckily, there was no blood. So there we go. So there was no blood. So we were all good on the blood front because heads bleed a lot. I don't know if you know this. Heads bleed a lot. Yeah. So I was fine. I was all good. I was mostly fine. The problem was I was really dizzy. So anyway, the next day, Celia took us both to the doctors. So Secret and I had to go see the doctor. Now, the funniest part was actually the doctor's visit was a diabolical affair. So my wife calls, and the receptionist at our local doctor's where we go was like, oh, we'll book her in with the nurse because there's no doctor's appointments available. We don't want to give her an emergency doctor's appointment. We'll just send her to see the nurse. And I was like, fine. As long as I get to see someone, that's okay. Because, you know, at the end of the day, for me, it was just important to, like, actually get it seen. Because if it was a concussion, I just wanted to know what to do. Because, you know, when you Google concussion, there's a lot of mixed reviews on what to do. I don't know if you know this. I don't think if any of you have had to Google concussion before. But I have. And I can tell you, it's a whole thing. So, level complete. Hooray! So I ended up going to my doctor's, right? And so at my doctor's clinic, the doctors are like, okay, we'll see you. So my appointment was at midday. So I get there 10 minutes before the appointment and the nurse is 2 hours behind. So I'm sitting there for 2 fucking hours. So I'm sitting there. And at this point, driving in the car when you have a concussion is actually really bad. Because the whole car ride, you know, like how I've told you ghosties that I have really bad vertigo. So I have really bad vertigo, really bad motion sickness. Yeah, it made my motion sickness worse. So when I'm sitting in the car, Celia had to drive us, obviously. So we're sitting in the car and it was really bad. But even sitting there was like the light was too bright. Everything was like the light was in my eyes and everything was too bright. And then I felt really nauseous at one point. And I was like, I think I'm gonna throw up. Like it was bad. It was really bad. So yeah, the whole thing was horrific. So we waited 2 hours. So the nurse saw me and goes, wait, so what happened? So I told her what happened. I showed her my forehead and she's like, you shouldn't be seeing me right now. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, whoever booked you this appointment did the wrong thing. In fact, you should be seeing the doctor like right now. Hey, let me just see what we can do. So she looked on her like little booking sheet and she goes, all right, we've got an appointment here. Could you hang around for another hour? Because we've got an appointment in an hour. Could you wait and see your doctor? And I was like, yeah. She goes, yeah, your doctor's free. But she's got like an emergency spot for you. Here, let me book you that now. And I said to her, okay, cool. Can I go wait in the car? She goes, yeah, that's fine. Because she says you can either wait in the reception or you can like wait in the car if you want or come back or whatever you want to do just in an hour. I said, yeah, fine. Now, I'm not leaving the doctor's clinic because I'm like, I feel so nauseous that I'm like, we can't go anywhere because I can't drive in this car any more than I have to. So of course they make me wait another hour. So here I am like 3 hours later seeing my doctor, and the doctor takes one look at me and is like, so what happened? So I told her, showed her my head. She's like, whoa, you did that's a pretty big ding. I said, yeah. And she's like, okay. So the good news is you're right, it is a concussion. It is mild, so you're fine. But basically, here's some like information about concussions. Don't go on any screens. She goes, can you take a week off work at minimum? Minimum week off work. And I'm like, oh, a minimum week off work. Oof. I mean, yeah, I can try. And she goes, okay, cool. Now, yeah, don't look at any screens for the next like 48 hours. And I'm like, oof. Okay, interesting. Yeah, no. So this was like thankfully mild. I know. Cause yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. So like the fact that A, I had to wait so long, and B, like, luckily they had an emergency appointment for me. I think they were going to try and get me one anyway because they were pretty concerned with how I was kind of looking. Because they're like, do you feel nauseous? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, shit. Uh-oh. Like, the signs came out and they were like, oh, no, this is bad. Like, I think they were like a couple of seconds away from telling me to go to the emergency room. But I didn't want to go to the emergency room. There was no way in hell I was going to the emergency room because in New Zealand, if you don't know anything about our local emergency rooms, they are always stacked and packed, and the wait would have been way longer. I would have waited like 6 hours instead of 3, which honestly, it's fine. So yeah, no, it was good. They gave me some good treatment. They gave me some great advice about how to deal with my brain. I am still recovering from the concussion. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's kind of crazy to think that a concussion would take so long to recover from, but I'm kind of, yeah. I've noticed like I get headaches a lot at the moment. I get tired. No! I get tired really easily. Actually, I actually didn't start playing video games again until about 4 days ago. Yeah, did they mention how long the recovery time is? Yeah, so they said the average recovery time, normally you're fine within about a week. The problem with a concussion, though, is the recovery can actually take a lot longer than you think it's going to. And it's one of those things that you think you're fine. Like 3 days after my concussion, I was lifting weights. I was going for walks. I was like doing the thing. I was like, no, I'm good. I was voice calling my friends. I was like doing everything. I was good. And then all of a sudden I was not good. So don't ever if you ever get one, don't rush it. I wish I hadn't have rushed it. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Can I yeah, there we go. Boom. Get away. Get away. Okay. These rhinocs are so annoying. There we go. So yeah, so this is like the first time I properly played video games. This is the first stream I've done since the concussion. So yeah, I think I'm okay. It's one of those things though that I just like, even now I'm getting a bit of the disease, but also yeah, it's made my motion sickness a bit worse. I don't know if that'll go away. Hopefully it does, because it's very annoying. But like besides that, no, we're good. We're fine. But like head injuries, don't fuck with them. Yeah, the worst part was like, it was one of those things that was just so stupid. Like it was really, really stupid. Sorry, I've like missed all these eggs. Please don't push this. I'm not, don't worry. It's one of those things too that like, I'm really good at being the kind of person to be like, hey, I'm tired now. I'm going to lie down. Oh God. But yeah, it's been a weird time because one of these things is like, obviously I've been recovering from the concussion. Then on top of that, like there's also been medication drama, which has been, oh my God. I won't lie to you, ghosties. I'm so sick of medication drama. I don't know if it's just my local pharmacist hates me. So I'm pretty certain at this point my pharmacist hates me. Like I'm 99.9% sure she just absolutely hates my guts. If only you gone to the shops using the diving helmet model. I know. If only I'd gone to the shops wearing my dive helmet, I would have been just fine. You know what? Maybe I should. But yeah, no, I'm pretty certain my local pharmacist hates me now, for a different reason. Basically, the story goes, I went to go pick up. So while I'm at home with a concussion, I can't leave the house because, as I told you before, couldn't drive, right? So I'm not allowed to drive myself. I only started driving about 4 days ago. Because it took me a week and a half to get back behind the wheel because every time we got in the car, I felt so sick. I just couldn't do it. So my wife was driving me everywhere, which for any of you who know me, know it's very weird for me not to be behind the wheel of the car because, oh my God, I'm such a control freak, okay? Listen, I can't stand other people's driving. I just can't. I love driving. I'm the greatest driver, as we all know this. World's greatest driver, world's greatest driving instructor. Yeah, exactly. So as the world's best driving instructor, I can tell you, for me not to be behind the wheel was painful, and I really hated not being able to drive. It was like my least favorite thing. So my wife was driving us everywhere, and I was like having to just, deal with it. And backseat drive, which really, really annoyed her. So hello. So yeah, so that was that. So that was not cool. Someone say she's the Stig's New Zealand cousin. Absolutely. So yeah, no, I couldn't drive, so I was very upset with myself because I couldn't drive. Ironically, the car caused this, so I felt like that was not cool. That the car caused this drama and then I couldn't drive. So yeah, no driving for me. But while I was recovering, my wife went to pick up my meds. So I take my Wegovy on a Thursday. So on Wednesday night, I say to my wife, I say, babe, I really need my Wegovy. I don't have a pen for tomorrow. And I've never missed a dose in a whole year of being on Wegovy. I've never missed a dose. I don't know what will happen. So she goes, okay, yeah, let me go down to the pharmacy and go talk to someone. She goes to the pharmacy and she leaves about midday. And at about 12:30, I get a text from her going, hey, the pharmacist is refusing to serve me. And I was like, what the fuck? So at this point, 1:30 hits and she finally gets home. And I'm like, what? No, I didn't mean to leave. Oh, damn it. I was still missing gems. I'll have to go back. Anyway, so I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're being refused to? So anyway, so Celia comes home and she like looks at me. Hello. How are you today, Norma? I'm good. Thank you. I'm so good. Norma and Forecast Love. Hello. Well, thank you. That's so sweet. That is actually the sweetest. So yeah, basically the pharmacist turns to my wife and is like, okay, so Norma Normie, you're picking up Norma Normie's prescription. Yeah. Okay. So what Wegovy pen is she on? And my wife says, I'm picking up the 1.7. We've got a couple of repeats of the 1.7. And she looks at my wife and she goes, well, I've only got a 2.4 pen because allegedly what had happened was after my last Wegovy pen, I had 2 repeats. The pharmacist decided to just get rid of those repeats for no reason. So 2 of my repeats went missing. Now, if you don't know anything about New Zealand, while healthcare here is free, I do have to pay to get a prescription from my pharmacy. I have to pay about $25 every time I go to get a prescription. Now, look, it's not a lot of money. However, I paid $25 to have my prescription put through. There are 3 repeats. So anyway, the pharmacist tells her there's no repeats of the 1.7. There is a repeat of the 2.4. So my wife goes, oh, cool. I'll take that then. And the pharmacist looks at her, dead in her face, and says, no, I don't want to sell you the Wegovy pen for the 2.4 because it's not the right dose for your wife. And I don't trust that you're not going to send it back because Wegovy is such an expensive medication. I just don't feel comfortable selling it to you today. To my wife. To her face. And so here I am at home freaking out, going, what the fuck is happening? Do I need to? So at this point, I frantically get on the email to my doctor and I'm like, I don't know what happened, but the pharmacy's fucking with me. So here I am looking like a psychopath, emailing my doctor frantically. Now it turns out my doctor's gone on vacation. So I'm emailing the doctor who's replacing my doctor, who is like replacing my doctor while she's on vacation. So I'm like freaking out thinking, oh man, he's not going to give it to me because he knows nothing about the Wegovy. And he's like, luckily I've seen this doctor before. And he has told me all about, like, he was the one who tried to get me on it in the first place. So, like, I'm sure he's going to be fine. I'm, like, sitting here rocking back and forth going, I can't not take my meds. This is awful. What do you mean? What do you mean, pharmacy? So I'm panicking. Anyway, so I say to my wife, I say, okay, we've got no other choice. But tomorrow morning, first thing, what time does the pharmacy open? She says it opens at 7 a.m. Great. 7 a.m. I'm going in there and I'm going to talk to this bitch. I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I'm going to go like half Karen on her ass, you know, because at this point I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I need to get this. I'm getting this pen, damn it. I'm getting this pen. So 7 a.m. Not a full Karen, just a half Karen. Yeah, I'm not brave enough to go full Karen. I think that would be embarrassing. I've seen the videos. I don't need to go full Karen. It's a little embarrassing. Not even gonna lie. So yeah, it was a little infantilizing, and especially because, so if you don't know about these Wegovy pens, right? These GLP-1 pens. So there's a thing called click counting. Now, a lot of people online have made resources for click counting. So what it means is, say if you get a pen that's a larger dose than what you actually need, you can do this thing called click counting. So there are little bars on the pen. So as you're clicking your dose of medication, it stops at the number of the dose. So for example, 2.4, it'll have a little 2.4 on it, and that's where you stop, right? So what you're supposed to do is when you're click counting, you can actually make up your own dose of Wegovy by counting how many clicks you've done. So for example, on a 2.4 pen, you do something stupid like 54 clicks. Now, listen. Oh my God, we're being rated right now while I'm discussing Wegovy pens. Damn, what timing. What beautiful timing. Hello, Sunaka. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name right now. Thank you so much, Sunaka Naru. I'm trying my best. My Japanese is poor. Anyway, hello, raiders. Hi, I'm Norma, your paranormal investigator from New Zealand. And today, Spyro skateboarding. Yeah, we're playing Spyro Year of the Dragon. I'm super excited. I'm simulcasting. Get rated. Hello, thank you. I hope you had a good stream, Sanako. And yeah, yeah, thank you so much for the raid. What the fuck? Holy shit. Thank you. Yeah, we're playing Spyro Year of the Dragon. We're not playing the other one, Gateway to Glimmer. Although Gateway to Glimmer is my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Gateway to Glimmer is my favorite Spyro game of all time. It's so good. And anyone who calls it Ripto's Rage is wrong, by the way. It's not Ripto's Rage. But yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Oh my God. Anyway, I was just explaining to people I had a medical drama. I nearly went, somebody recommended you since all my VTuber friends are all gone. I'm the last one standing. Oh my God, you're the last one standing? Oh my God. Honestly, I know those vibes. I know those vibes. I'll raid you off to hello. Well, I don't stream that often, so good luck with that. Good luck with finding me. I only stream like when I feel like it, you know, so I'm really sorry. Can we set an auto mod to time out anyone who mentions Ripto's Rage? Yeah. Never played Spyro, just the demo of Crash Bandicoot. Oh, Crash Bandicoot is so good. Crash Bandicoot is one of my favorite games of all time. I am a platformer girly. I play a lot of retro games and I play a lot of platformer games because I just love them. I was telling my friend the other day, I'm just like such a, oh no, I thought I had someone to raid with. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to let you down. But like, I have health issues. Listen, as a health issue girly, I got to pick my battles. I was just telling everybody about my concussion. I got a mild concussion. Listen, I got a mild concussion like 2 weeks ago now. And this is my first stream since then. I'm very proud of myself for lasting this long with I'm still recovering from a mild concussion. It's fine. I haven't played Spyro since PS1. Yeah, this is the PS1 version because it's the best version. Look, no shade to anyone who plays the Reignited trilogy because it's good. But also, the only real way to play this is to play it on the PS1. Hope you super. Thank you. I've been recovering now for 2 weeks and it's like, you know, it's one of those things that just takes time. And I'm really impatient. I have ADHD. Come on. Like, these things take too long. You know what I mean? Like, ADHD brain says, nah. ADHD brain says, nah. Need done now. Wait, is this a real piss one on Emu? Oh, no comment. No comment on my Emu. It's Duck Station. Anyway, yeah, I recommend Romeo Angel Steps. So, fun story about Romeo is to this. Oh, thank you. You will get ready when I catch you, hopefully, and get a recovery for one. Yeah, I used to have the original Spyro game. The original Spyro game is so good too, right? My fun story about Romeo is I actually thought her name was Ramia. I thought her name was Ramia until somebody told me it was Romeo, and then I felt like a really horrible person. You know what I mean? You know when like you've known someone for such a long time and you thought their name was one thing and it's something else? That's what happened to me. And I realized and I thought, oh fuck, I'm wait, is that apparently it's Romeo. Yeah, I was wrong. I couldn't believe it when I found out. I was horrified. I was like, that's why I call her Rama. Because I genuinely cannot get Ramia out of my brain. Like, you know? Because I know it's not, but it's what I've been, you know what I mean? Yeah, I see. Well, recommend I rate people Poofcon now, which Spyro game is the second one. Yeah, no, so this is the third one. The second one is called Gateway to Glimmer. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're wrong. They're so wrong. Yeah. Good thing these are text chats. I know. I don't even, how did I get Ramia from that? Ramea. I mean, it makes sense. Don't tell her. Don't tell her that I'm just bad at names. But to be fair, I've been calling it Pergolas for about a year now. So, I mean, look, if I can't even say Pergola right, what hope did I have for anything else? You know, I don't have any hope for saying anyone's name right at this point. Oh God, or hitting these guys apparently. Anyway, so back to my story. So I was talking about my run-in with a pharmacist. Also Tekken. Yeah, but I've been calling it Tekken for about 20 years now. So, well, no, more than 20 years. I've been playing Tekken for since I was a child. So what's that? Easily nearly 30 years. Oh my God. Ah! Oh God, these fuckers, they just taunt me. They taunt me with their stupid faces. My God, my personal favorite is Spyro 1. Interesting. Or the other Spyro games are Resi 2. Yeah, I think so. Spyro 1 is good. Spyro 1 is definitely a different vibe to the rest of them. Hold on. I'm locking in. I'm locking in. Yeah, lock the fuck in. Let's go. Did somebody say tea? Well, no one's going to be making me tea today. My wife is at work. She's actually in the office. Isn't that crazy? I know. So because my wife is in the office today, no tea for me. So sad. So sad. How else am I going to get my tea? I'm going to have to make it my fucking self or something. What? Crazy. That's a wild world we live in, huh? The world where I have to make my own damn tea. Ay, ay, ay. I don't even know how at this point. She's been making it for me for so long. I'm kidding. Spyro 1 is so chill. It is so chill. No tea? I know. My voice is surviving on no tea. How is that happening? Right. So anyway, back to my pharmacist story. So my pharmacist hates me. So they've been tanking my prescriptions. They've been getting rid of my, okay, the worst part is, okay, one time I had a fight with the pharmacist over my Ritalin. Oh my God. Right. So there was that. And then, so this time, they don't give my wife the Wegovy pen. They're refusing to serve her. And she's okay. For context, I'm going to tell you right now how much Wegovy costs. Because I'm not going to lie to you, ghosties. It's fucking expensive. So in New Zealand, Wegovy is $480 a pen. So my wife was very, very, very willing to pay the $480 for that pen. And they told her no. So I'm pissed. I'm concussed. I'm kind of sick. Remember, it's not misogynist when you want your wife to make your tea if you're both women. It's true. It's so true. So I'm like concussed and I'm like, what am I going to do about this? Okay, fuck it. 7 a.m. happens. Go down to the pharmacy and I'm about to throw down. So anyway, I look at the pharmacist and I say to my wife, is this the same lady who served you yesterday? And she goes, yeah. And I go, great. Let's see how we go. So that's as expensive as it is in the US. Yeah, I think it's actually more expensive in the US, but I think there's a different deal. So no, I know in New Zealand we actually have it pretty good in terms of like, yeah, I'm surprised it isn't prescription. It is prescription only. So that's the other problem with it, because it is prescription only. I have to have a script for it. So I'm at the mercy of whatever's on my script, which at this point was the 2.4. So I go up there and the lady looks at me and I go, hi. She goes, name. I go, Norma, Normie. And she looks at me and she's like, okay, what are you here for? I said, I'm here to pick up my Wegovy pen. She goes, do you know what dose you're on? And I said, oh, I think there's a 2.4 pen waiting for me. So she looks on the computer. She sees the 2.4 pen. She goes, oh, yeah, there is a 2.4 pen waiting for you. She gives me the receipt and goes, you know the drill, go pay and bring back the proof of purchase and I'll give you a pen. I was like, okay, thank you. So I walk away very quickly to the till, go and pay. My wife is looking at me and she goes, did you get away with that? I said, absolutely. Of course I did. Of course I did, because I told her I was here for a 2.4. And she's like, okay, fine. So we go, we pay, we take the receipt back to the receptionist. She gives me my Wegovy pen and I say to my wife, now run. And so we both bolt out of this fucking pharmacy like we've robbed the place. Probably extremely suspiciously. Bolting out of the pharmacy because I'm like, just get the fuck out, just get out, let's go, let's do this thing, let's like leave this place and never come back until next month when I need a new pen, and hopefully this time it's a 1.7. And then I was supposed to click count, but I just can't be asked because 54 clicks is a lot of things to remember, and honestly, me counting to 54, sometimes I get confused. You know what I mean? Does anyone else get confused sometimes? I know that, like, look, counting can be hard. Counting can be really hard. So, you know, it's a tough one. Whee! Okay. I've got too much other stuff going on. I'd like to blame the concussion for me not being able to count to 54, but I think it actually started before that. It's easy. Yeah, I have ADHD. It's easy to lose track of these things. Yeah, I don't get confused because I'm always confused. Exactly. I picture the two of you, Naruto, running out of the chemist. Exactly. Pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. We both went, get out! Go! Leave this place! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Go! Yay! That was pretty easy. Okay, that's good. Normal way, run when you walk faster. That is... Canonically, that is true. I actually ran yesterday on our walk. My wife and I went for this big long walk. We've been trying to walk every single day, and I do weights 3 times a week. And I'm not going to lie to you, ghosties. Under this jacket, my arms are getting quite buff to the point that at some point I might bust out of this oversized. I'm glad the jacket's oversized. That's all I'm going to say is I'm glad the jacket is oversized. Because the last thing we need is to be busting out of the jacket. It's funny because like most people would think that, you know, you'd bust out in other ways, but nope. Wait, why am I here? Wow, that's awesome. Listen, muscle model next. No, I will never be getting a muscle model. I know people out here would like expect Secret to do it, and honestly, I think Secret would, but I would not. I look, I'm a bit demure about it. You know, I'm like, ooh. Listen, I might be able to throw you at some point, but probably not. Because I'm still too scared. And also, I'm just like one of those, you know those things, you know those people who are like really strong, but they're just kind of shy about it? That's me. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit shy about it. Yeah. Even though I'm like really proud of the weight training I've been working on. Listen, ghosties, I'm not going to lie to you. I've been really working out. I've been pushing myself. There's people like, what have you been doing to recover from your concussion? That. Be lifting weights. Probably shouldn't be, to be quite fair. I don't know if in the concussion recovery guidebook they say lift heavy, you know, do that thing. If Secret does it, she will do it 110%. Yeah, I think she would. She's really like getting into it. I can tell. I mean, look, I see her tweets. I try not to, but I do sometimes see her tweets and I am embarrassed for her, you know, but that's okay. She's my sister. What are you going to do? Oh no! No, but yeah, like I think the thing is I've been really the reason for it is really funny. I'm not going to lie, Ghosty. So I don't think I've ever said the reason why Secret and I've started working out recently. But it's become quite important. So when I first started my GLP-1s, they said to me, now you're going to have to work out. And I said, okay. And they said, no, seriously, this stuff tanks your muscle. You're going to have to work out. And I'm not going to lie to you, Ghosties. I did not take it seriously. I didn't. I was one of those girls who didn't take it seriously. And you know what? If your doctor says you have to lift weights on this medication, believe them. Yeah. So, yeah. It turns out they don't say this shit for no reason. They say this shit because it's actually important. And I didn't know this until it was, a problem. So the story goes, and some of you are going to be like, why did you do... No! Some of you are going to be like, why did you do this? I'm like, okay, because A, I'm lazy, and B, I'm a little bit silly sometimes, okay? So yeah, if I've been gaining muscle with that in mind, yeah. Well, here's the thing. So when I first started the Wegovy, I found it really difficult to exercise because obviously, you know, I was at my highest weight, not going to lie. I took a selfie. I was quite happy with it, honestly. I was at my biggest and my heaviest, and I was pretty chuffed with myself. I'm still pretty chuffed with myself. I think I can be beautiful regardless of if I'm like big or 25 kilos down, which I am right now. So like, I think either way, you can be beautiful at any size. And I do not think that you should take medication specifically to lose weight. I think you should take medication to improve your health. And that's what this has been about, improving my health and stopping me from getting insulin resistance, which is important because I do not want to get diabetes because of my PCOS. But anyway, so just want to specify that before I say anything about working out. Always do this with a medical professional. Always do this safely. Always treat yourself kindly. You know, I feel like a lot of the times people want to lose weight because they want everyone else to see them in a certain light. And I think that that's really sad. And I think that it's horrible that we as a society are at that point again where everybody's trying to be thin because thin is back. I don't love that. I don't love that for us. I don't love that for anyone because it makes everybody sad. So just remember, like, this is not because of like the beauty standards or whatever. Like, no, this is for me. Anyway, so the story goes, so I take my Wegovy. The doctor says to me, you need to do weight training. I hope you've got some weights at home. You're gonna need them. And I said, oh yeah, it'll be fine. It in fact was not fine. Yay, level complete. Yeah, be healthy for you. Don't fuck everyone else. Be healthy for you. Be healthy because you want to be healthy. Don't be healthy because someone else tells you to. And like also, regardless of how big you are or how small you are, you can be healthy at any size. I truly believe that in my heart of hearts, that you could be like 150 kilos and still be healthy if you're like, you know, the right height and like also working out and eating right. And, you know, yeah, health is where it's at. I agree. Always. Anyway, so I'm my Wegovy and I didn't work out at all. But once I got up to the 2.4 injections, I was losing so much weight and I was like, well, I'm losing all this weight. That's fine. I'm doing great and I'm fine. And then one day, this is actually kind of really embarrassing to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm sure there's other people out here who are dealing with this too. So some things started happening to me on my Wegovy. The biggest dose started to make me feel really sick. It started to make me feel really miserable, and I lost all of my muscle. I'm not even kidding. I've always been a really muscular kind of person. Like even at my biggest size, because of my PCOS, I have a higher testosterone rate than my wife. So because of my slightly high testosterone, and we're not talking crazy amounts of testosterone. I think mine's at like a 5 or 6, which clinically is not significant. But because my testosterone is slightly higher than the average woman, I've always put on muscle really quickly. However, when I got on the Wegovy, all of my muscle that I've always had, lots of muscle, just disappeared. And so I started having some major issues from that, including one issue, and this is going to sound weird. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, Norma, are you allowed to say this? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. Okay. the biggest issue with not having any muscle. Have you ever thought about sitting down? The largest muscle in your body is your butt, okay? So when I lost all my muscle, a lot of the muscle, especially my butt, disappeared. So when you sit down and you don't have any butt muscle, do you know what happens to you? Oh no, this is the level with the fucked up sound, isn't it? Hold on. Let me just turn the sound off for this one. Let me just turn the music volume. Yeah, can I tell you how painful it is? There we go. I'm just going to go back. Because this is the one with the sound that's really fucked up. Yeah, so we're just going to listen to the sad sounds of me killing rhinox. Yeah, so you end up spending too much on cushions. You're so right. Yeah, so streaming became incredibly painful all of a sudden. And not only was I fighting with my throat demons because my throat is so sore and dry, but I also started suffering because now I have no muscle in my butt. And I'm basically sitting on what is essentially bone. And it was really miserable. And so for about 6 months, I was like, huh. So yeah, I think it was like 6 to 8 months in, I lost all the muscle in my butt. And I lost all my muscle. Also, the worst part was we would carry groceries into the house. I physically couldn't carry groceries. I was getting so weak, especially because I've got a thyroid condition, which also can sometimes make you quite weak. Like my grip is quite weak because of my thyroid. So I was getting very upset with myself because I've always been quite strong. I remember I used to box when I was in high school, and boxing in high school, I used to go down the boxing gym, and I was the girl at the boxing gym who used to lift the most weights. So there would be 20 kilo weights available at the boxing gym, and I would pick them up, and I would be the one girl in the class at 16 years old who was lifting 20 kilo weights because I could. Because I was the strongest girl in the class. Hell yeah. So to go from that to like, you know, in my 30s, where I'm supposed to be in the prime of my life, in my 30s, to being weak as shit, I felt really bad. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is not nice to like not be able to help carry groceries, or like, you know, like sitting is painful. Why is sitting painful? Sitting shouldn't be that painful. So I knew I had to do something about it. So just before I got my concussion, I decided that I would start working out properly and weight training. So I started doing lots of squats. I started doing lots of, I've done lots of weights. So I started off with 2 kilo weights, 2 kilo dumbbells. I've got a little weight rack in my basement. It's actually super cute. My little weight rack full of little weights. Because I started off with 2 kilos. We bought this like weight kit that has 1 kilo, 2 kilo, and 3 kilo dumbbells. We bought it on a whim because I buy things on a whim. I have ADHD. So I bought it on a whim thinking one day I would do it. And especially once I started the Wegovy, I was like, yeah, I'm totally going to use them. So I got serious. I started using them. And it started with just 10 minutes a day of just weight training, going on big long walks and weight training. Oh no. And yeah, it was really, really fun and got that going. And after, I think it was 3 weeks, I noticed all of my muscle came back and then some. And now I've moved up from the 3 kilo weights up to the 4. I had to buy new weights because obviously the weights only went up to 3. So I had to go and buy. I went to Kmart, bought some 3 and 5 kilo dumbbells. And now I'm up to 4 kilo weights for my workout. I do strength 3 times a week and I walk every day and I'm very excited. Nearly time for a Wii Fit. Oh my God, I actually used to live for Wii Fit. But the problem with Wii Fit is every time I get on the board, it tells me I'm fat. It tells everyone we're fat. It tells my wife she's fat. My wife isn't fat. It's like, you're obese. And I'm like, no, you're not. Stop it. Stop it, Wii Fit. Wii Fit like wants to give me like a complex. And I don't like that. But I used to live for the hula hoop game. I don't know what it was about the stepping game. The one where it's like clicks every time you step. And it's like step, step, step. That was so fun. Or the hula hoop game. Oh my God. I used to live for that shit. When I was 12, my God. I got one of those where you can select the weight. It's very useful for you to when you... Yeah. So I bought the weight rack from Kmart. It's a little 5-stacker. I kind of wish I bought the rack that could hold 10 weights though, because... since I bought the 5-stacker, I've moved up to the 4 kilo weights. And honestly, at this point, I'm lifting the 4 kilos pretty successfully. But once I'm ready, I'm going to be moving up to 5 kilos, and then we'll see. I don't know. I'm pretty chuffed with it. And I'm not going to lie. Kmart, yeah. We have Kmart in New Zealand. Yeah. New Zealand has Kmart. Do you not know that we have Kmart? Yeah, we got Kmart. Do you know Kmart's open till midnight here? You can go to Kmart at midnight. Honestly, a midnight Kmart run fucking slaps. It's one of those things where you're like, I shouldn't be allowed to go to Kmart at this time of night, but I can. The Kmart's here used to be open 24/7 at one point, but I think that's cruel to the employees, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of rude. No one should be able to get anything like that at that time of night. Yeah, Kmart's almost all gone in the States, yeah. Instead of VTuber Vision, you got us World's Strongest VTuber. That's so funny. Yeah, we're all gonna like pull cars and like, yeah, it's great. I think too, like, what I love about like doing this though is I'm doing everything at home. I do not have a gym membership, and I never will get a gym. I used to have a gym membership. I actually hate going to the gym. I really do. I know there are some people who love going to the gym. It's like their favorite thing. I fucking hate going to the gym. I really despise it. I want to do everything in the comfort and safety of my own home. Because also, if I'm going to make weird noises while I'm lifting heavy shit, I don't want people to hear me doing that. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. I don't want it. Yeah, exactly. I would rather do it myself at home. How far do you think you're going to go? What's your goal weight to aim for? I don't have a goal weight at this point to aim for in terms of lifting heavy shit. But I think once I'm at the 5 kilos, I'm going to feel really proud of myself. I also bought a 10 kg dumbbell, kettlebell. I don't know if you've ever seen those before, but they're the ones with the handles. It's like a weight with a handle. I bought one of those because 10 kilos used to be my dumbbell weight that I used to lift just on the casual back in the day. So, I mean, I'd love to get back to 10 kilos. It'd be kind of fun. But also, for me, it's like, okay, so I went to a doctor's appointment the other day. My doctor said to me, do you have like a weight goal in terms of like weight, like for my weight loss for the Wegovy? And I said, no. She said, why? And I said, because I'm not like that. I said, for me, it's not about getting down to a certain number on the scale. Also, the second I started weight training, I also started eating more because it turns out that on my Wegovy, my appetite shrunk so badly that I was barely eating any food. I don't think people discuss this enough, and I think people need to. Hey, even if you're on a GLP-1, you still got to eat lots of protein and like feed yourself. Even if you don't feel hungry, you got to feed yourself. It's so easy to fall into a slippery slope of being unhealthy on the Wegovy and on the GLP-1s. Like, my God, don't do it. Don't do it. Be healthy. Eat good shit. Do you know, the other night I did something really embarrassing. I'm going to tell you about my embarrassing story. We ate dinner and we had like these chicken tenders. And because, look, I still eat chicken tenders. I can't not. There's protein in them. It's fine. So we still eat like free range chicken tenders. It's fine. So I was having our chicken tenders and I realized we hadn't had a salad with it or a vegetable with it. Because, you know, for me, it's important to get those veggies in, right? So I was like, wow, I need a vegetable with this. So I went into the fridge and they have these like little teeny tiny 2-serving bag salads. And they had this bag of rocket in there. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I'm stood in front of the fridge with a bag of rocket with my hand in the bag of rocket stuffing my face. And I'm like, take one bite of this plain ass rocket. And I go, ah! And another handful and another, ah! And my wife is like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm eating the rocket. And she's like, why? And I'm like, what? And she's like, why are you eating it like that? And I was like, because it's healthy. And she goes, babe, you don't have to do this to yourself. And I was like, no, I need to eat it now. And she's like, what the fuck? Huh? And she's like looking at me, shaking her fucking head at me. I'm like, it's fine. And she's like, I don't think this is fine. Are you okay? Like, what happened? Oh God. Anyway, it got really silly. Because like this is my life now. I'm like, no, I need to have a vegetable with it. And she's like, there are better ways. You could put a sauce on it. My God, like, don't do it. If you eat something green with a meal, it makes it healthy. Exactly. Plus also, recently, so I've been really tracking my macros. I've got a friend who's also trying to lose some weight, and she's been tracking calories. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that shit. I'm like, nah. I don't believe in calorie counting. I'm so sorry. I once did it back in the day when it was the dumb thing, way back in 2016 when I used to follow a bunch of fitness influencers and stuff. But I do not do it anymore. I absolutely do not count calories. I don't care. What I do count though is I do look at my macros now, because if I want those good gains, I've got to eat protein or something. Yeah. So I've been working on getting more protein, because it turns out that protein is important for lots of things, including one big thing like your hair and your skin and your nails and stuff, which also, again, when you're not eating enough food, can really deteriorate. Don't ask me how I know, because I might tell you, and we all don't want to hear stories about me losing a lot of hair. Like, it's not fun. It's kind of sad. Oh my God. Always comes back to protein maxing. Look, I'm not one of those crazy protein maxers. I promise you. I'm going to say my game here. I'm not a crazy protein maxer. I've seen those guys on the internet who are like protein, and I do not subscribe to that kind of level of protein maxing. However, I do really like focus on it. Doexis, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Hi, Raiders. I'm Norma, your paranormal investigator feature. But today we're playing Spyro Year of the Dragon. It's so fun. Wait, I just got shot in the face. Hey, that wasn't nice. Hi. I'm Norma, paranormal investigator from New Zealand. I'm playing this game. It's going well. I'm here to yap about what the fuck's been happening since I got a concussion. If I seem different, I promise you I'm not. I just got donked on the head. They're like, what the fuck happened to Norma? Yeah, I got donked on the head and I'm good now. I'm so good. This is the best I've ever been. Don't get a concussion, everyone. That's the moral of the story is don't get concussed. It does hurt. Promise. It hurts a lot. Way more than you think it's gonna. Not that I've ever thought about it and went, you know what, that sounds fun. You are very Norma. Thank you. I'm so Norma. It's on the name on the channel. Yeah. But yeah, no. So I've been really working on myself lately. So don't worry if you have to worry that I'm good. I'm actually so good. Like actually so good. Much better than I've been in a long time. Oh my God, it's Simon 3. I know it is, right? Oh my God. So in Normal we trust. Don't get concussed. Yeah, that's the new tagline of the channel. Yeah, don't get concussed. I think the better question is what didn't happen to Norma. Yeah. I look, whenever I go on one of my little adventures where I disappear for a month or two and then come back, it's it's a relief to hear actually. Yeah. I mean, besides okay, I will tell you. The one thing I've been experiencing lately, and the reason why I haven't been streaming is not just obviously the concussion. I mean, the concussion's a big part of why I wasn't streaming. Because, you shouldn't stream with a concussion. You're not even allowed to look at your fucking phone. So, how the fuck was I supposed to stream? Which is the first thing I thought about when they said to me, you can't work for a week. I was like, but wait, I can't look at any screen? They're like, no, don't look at any screens. And I'm like, does the telly count? Because I'm going to watch the telly. Do you know I watched so many true crime documentaries while I was concussed that my wife now thinks I'm actually actively planning a Yeah, I watched this cult documentary and she looked at me and she's like, why are you watching all of this? And I went, because I like them. I like true crime. I love true crime. True crime is one of my favorite genres of telly. And so she's like, well, are you starting a cult? I said, well, no, of course not. A, I don't have the brain power to start a cult. And B, I don't have the sticking power to start a cult. Because the problem is, if I started a cult, it would be the most disorganized cult in the world. And on top of that, it would be one of those things where, I would lose interest in the cult in about 5 seconds. And then I'd move on to another hyperfixation. You know what I mean? Are we not already a cult? No, we've never been a cult. Look, even Secret can't run a cult. And honestly, Secret has considered it. And this is not me calling her out. She would tell you this herself if she was here right now. I guarantee when she streams next, she'll tell you. I love that two of you have to come forward and say, wait, we're not a cult? No. What about this gave you cult vibes? No, seriously, what about this gave you cult vibes? Wait, what are sacrifices? No, we don't sacrifice people. Oh my god, we never went back. The cult was abandoned. Oh yeah. Oh my god, we did play Cult of the Lamb one time, which honestly I think gives people a false sense of like, this is a cult. But it's not a cult. It's never been a cult. The other thing is, oh, wait, isn't there a way? Hold on. The fun fact, your paranormal investigator is literally called the occult. Yeah, but it's not like a cult. It's the occult. That's different to a cult. Occult is different to a cult, isn't it? Isn't occult different to a cult? Do you know what I mean? No, I feel like you're not hearing me on this. No, so a cult of people is different to occult, the thing, right? I'm confusing myself now. Okay, no, wait. Why is it called the occult? No, genuinely. Why would they do that? I think it's getting confusing. It started off a little confusing, then it got really confusing, and now we're just in Confusion Town, and I don't like it. Are we cult A or cult B? I don't know. We're neither. No, we're neither. No, this is neither a cult or... Wait, no, hold on. Wait. This is getting silly. This is getting very silly. Hold on. This is too silly. I think we sacrifice our money to Norma's wallet. No, you don't. Never once have I told you to do that. And actually, I never would. Because honestly, do you know who should pay me? Do you know who should pay my bills? YouTube ads. YouTube ads from being so wholesome and so safe for work. And you know what? One time, I made a whole $1 from a short. I had a short go massively viral recently. I think it got like 20,000 views or something. I think I made a whole $1. And honestly, I was so proud of myself for that whole $1. I was like, wow. A whole $1 from YouTube ads. Thank you, YouTube. You're generally changing lives out here. Oh, hi, Spyro. But like, in all seriousness, that is a $1 I didn't have before. So like, you know what? I'm never going to complain about that. Considering that like, that is a whole $1 I could never have had. But I do now, thanks to YouTube Shorts. Yeah. Whee! God, I hate this one. This one drives me nuts. Oh, God. Wee! There we go. But no, so I watched a lot of true crime while I was away. Including this one about this guy called Nature Boy who formed his own like cult that became about like being in the forest and then like giving him money, and he was really bad. And then I watched a bunch of true crime documentaries called Death in the Dorms. And then I became obsessed with a show called Betrayed, where spouses betray their spouses, which is interesting. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then my wife watched some of it with me and went, holy shit, why are you watching this? Whee! Okay, hold on. I just need to slam dunk this shit. Oh my god. I know I need to kill these guys, but I need to break their turrets. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Slam it down. Burn it to the ground. Okay. Woo! Cult AB Plus, yeah. Cult AB Plus kind of sounds like a new streaming service. Welcome to Cult AB Plus. Home of all your cult needs. They show cult classics and cult documentaries. Honestly, that would be kind of sick. They show documentaries on the occult, on cults, and also cult classic movies. And TV shows. No! They hit me in the face. I hated that. Terrible. We sure Celia's at work, right? Yeah, she is. Oh my god. She's at work. Yeah, I told you she was at the office today. Yeah, it's real. I promise. Oh my god. No, everyone's going to start doing welfare checks on my wife now, huh? Whee! Get that out of the way. Whee! Oh my god, just avoid these dudes. Avoid these dudes. Okay, I think I'm killing it. I think I'm doing it. I think I'm doing really well. Just gotta not die. Not die. Yes. Woohoo! Okay, second try. Except for the new Spyro game. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you how I feel about the new Spyro game, because we've talked about this before, but I'm going to mention it again, because I feel like I'm torn. I will be excited for the new Spyro game. I will. I absolutely will be excited for the new Spyro game. When I know it's going to be a platformer game. Right now, I am not convinced. Imagine Celia just materials behind you whenever her name is mentioned one of these days. Honestly, fun story. She actually jump scared me before the stream started. Yeah. So she jump scared me before the stream started. So I heard a click at the door, and it was like, I've been watching too many crime documentaries, and how it always starts is your door opening and someone being there with like a knife, and you being like, whoa. Because they do say that most crimes happen from someone you know. So I was like, oh. So anyway, the door opens, and next minute I hear some high heels on the floor, and I'm like, hello? And she goes, it's me. And I go, holy shit. And then she's like, I'm sorry to jump scare you. I'm like, why did you do that? And she's like, I forgot to take my meds. So she forgot to take her antihistamines. And so, yeah. Because of that, she didn't want to scare everybody at the office by sneezing that loud all day. Now, because you can imagine, like, obviously I'm her wife. I put up with it. However, her colleagues might tell her to go the fuck home or something. Although I did say to her, if you do want to get sent home from work, oh my God. Good morning, Norma. Hello. I just say, if you do want to get, like, sent home from work, you should sneeze that loudly for about an hour, and I guarantee no one will want you around anymore. You won't have to go into the office for the rest of the week. Because she's there a whole week, which she does complain about, which is funny, because I'm like, babe, this is your job. She never goes into the office. She does technically work from home, but she's supposed to go into the office a couple times a week, and she doesn't. And I was like, well, you knew this was coming. And every time she's like, she just doesn't want to have to get out early and go down to the office. Now, fun story, we can see her office from our house. I can literally see her office right now from my front door. I can go outside. I can look at where she works right now. And I'm like, babe, it's literally a 2-minute drive, which, you know, she could walk and it would take her 5 minutes, but like, she just doesn't want to go. She's like, no, don't make me go. You know, like when you're in like primary school and you just don't want to go to school, so you make up any excuse under the sun to not go. That's my wife trying to, like, when they try and get her to go to the office, she's like, oh, I would, but like, oh, I broke a nail. Like, no, I would, but you know, oh my God, you can see it through child prison. No, it's the other side of my house. You know, child prison only affects me. I'm the only one affected by child prison. Everyone else, no one else is affected by child prison except for me, because they can see me. It's actually quite disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. We had people staying at our house a couple weeks ago. We hosted a party, and I had somebody sleeping in the basement, you know, where I do my stuff. And that's the only window that's affected by child prison. And so it's quite a big window. And I felt really bad because I was like, oh, damn it, I forgot about this one. Oh, no. So it was one of those moments of like, I felt bad for the people staying in my basement because I'm like, well, watch out because you're going to get seen through the window. Child prison. Okay, we've already told the story of child prison before, but for the uninitiated, my neighbors took our fence away and built essentially what is a child prison because of the autistic boy next door, he's really cute and very fun, except when he's peeing in a cup and pouring it down my fence, which he has done. I was actually, the funniest part of this was I was filming the podcast, and this is when this incident occurred. I watched this small child, like pee in a cup and then pour it down through the bars onto the fence. And you could have seen my face was like of like, what? What? So yeah, I was I was not that pleased. Not gonna lie. So what they've done now is they've actually put plexiglass on their side of the fence so he can no longer pour urine down the side of the fence onto our house. Yeah. The worst part, it doesn't even land on soil. It would be fine if it landed on soil. It lands on the concrete. We've got like a little concrete path around our house and it just goes all over the concrete and then we have to rinse it down. And I'm like, oi, 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 oi. Anyway, welcome to life in child jail. It's so fun. The little one wanted to mark his territory. You know what? Can't even blame him, you know? Can't even blame him for that. You know, he's never been able to see what's on the other side of the fence before. And now he gets to witness me. The worst part is, while I'm streaming, is I used to have my face to the window. I've actually moved my entire setup around. If I sound different, it's because we've moved the entire room around to accommodate for the fact that child prison is now there. So I used to actually have to watch them, and they used to watch me while I was streaming, which I found a little bit disturbing. So now my back is to them. The problem is now they can see what happens on my computer, and I don't kind of want them to know, you know? Especially because 50% of the time it's fine and normal in me, and then the other 50% of the time it's whatever the fuck Secret does with it. And you know what? I'm not loving that. I'm not loving the idea of that. I'm not loving the idea that they get to see what Secret's up to. Never a dull moment in the Norma era. No, never. Honestly, there's always some shit going on. Yeah, okay, good luck. Okay, we're doing the Bluto fight. Now, I saved it here because this one used to always, ooh, can I shoot that guy? No, okay. Oh, God. I have blinds. I have curtains. Woo, shit. Go on. Do I have any bullets? Woo, shit. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, I'm not doing very well. Not doing very well in this fight. Shit. Shit. Fuck. 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 Oh my god. 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 Okay, I've nearly beaten him though. Fuck. God, it's like Jaws, isn't it? Jaws the ride the game, but now with Spyro. On a boat. Shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck. No, if I get hit one more time, I'm out. Shit. Fuck. Fuck. Oh my god, so close. Oh my god, so close. Hold on. Oh my god. Shit. Yay! First try. Let's go. Okay. Whew. They know you're using the Forbidden Games technology. They're reporting you to Sony. I hope not. God, I hope not. I've done nothing. I promise. I've done nothing illegal lately. I promise you. Nothing illegal has happened. That's a promise. But anyway, yeah, I have blinds. But the problem with my blinds is I put up these blinds so during the day I can see out, but during the night they can see in, which don't love that. One time I was editing videos at 2 a.m. and I saw I saw someone poke their head over the fence while I was editing. Okay, remember how I edited the Flashback Festa for Daya? Yeah, so I was editing the Flashback Festa at like 2 a.m. and it took me ages because it was obviously a really long video, you know? So, also I love that the lately is the thing that's getting everyone. No, I've never committed a crime, I promise. That I know of. That I know of. That I actively know of. I would never knowingly commit a crime. Knowingly. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So one time I was editing that video and then I saw a face poke over the fence and I got jump scared so badly I had to call my wife. I had to wake my wife up at 2 a.m. and be like, babe, someone's watching me. And then she's like, baby, I think you need to come to bed. I'm like, no. She goes, I really think you need to come to bed. I'm like, but I'm nearly finished. She's like, no. You can finish this in the morning. And I was like, oh, okay. So she forced me to go to bed because of that. Because I got freaked out by a face poking over my fence. Yeah. Although, like, you know, it's quite scary. You know, I'm easily spooked. It's one of those things. You know, it's one of those things. It's just, it's hard sometimes being easily spooked. You know, we all get easily spooked sometimes. Me in particular, most days. Okay, so I'm just gonna like avoid this guy. Yay! Because these guys also count for points. Yay! Yay! Is that it done? It's done! I love it when I get a level complete. Honestly, there's nothing more satisfying. There's nothing more satisfying than 100% on this thing. Fuck. Oh my god, it feels so good when you 100% a Spyro level. Okay, now I have to leave. Hi, Norma. Normal again. Have some dopamine. Thank you. You know, I'm lacking in it. So, yeah, I take the Ritalin, but it's not doing enough. So, all right, I need to leave through the portal because I'm pretty sure I need to leave through the portal for all of these levels because otherwise, you know, otherwise the guy might not be there. So I have to see if the guy is there now. Is this time? It's time for a boss fight, I think. Yep. Head over to the balloon. Yay! Okay, the balloon's ready. Jump on. All right. Here we go. We're going to Midday Gardens. Oh, boy. But we're back to the old design. Well, of course. Like, you know, occasionally I'll bring out the chibi. But, you know, mostly I look like this. You know I look like this. Oh, no. There's plot. Whoops. What is it? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know nothing about no plot. I'm just here to talk shit and play Spyro. I was gonna say I'm all out of shit to talk, but no, that's not true. Alright, Sheila. G'day. Alright, I've been busy with video editing. Oh, exciting. I do love video editing. I wish I could do it more often, but it's one of those things that I start a video and then I get so bored with myself. I think that's why I like music, because I can write a song a lot quicker than Oh, boo! 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 Damn it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, he's so weird, isn't he? He's just so weird and jumpy. I don't get him. Buzz, I don't get your whole vibe. Something wrong with you, Buzz. Died so fast. Yeah, I only need one health. I've got some more health this time, and I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm a professional. Woo! Oh, he's gonna do the wig loopy thing again. Oh my god. Okay, come on. I'm like locking the fuck in. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, Sheila, get him! Okay, here we go. Also, I am covering the health bar, so we're all gonna be surprised when he finally does die. Okay, here we go. So now, I think this is the one with the flames. Okay, alright, alright. Okay, we see. Oh, good lord. Okay. And go. Oh my god! Okay, get ready to run. Ah! Also, it's pretty cool. Oh, shit! The game decided to shit its pants, but it's okay, because I saved, right? I think I did. I think I remember saving. So I think we're okay. Is he going to start fire at me yet? No, I think we got a little bit more before he fires fire at me. Cool. The cool thing is, so yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of my album. And because it's the 2-year anniversary of my album, I was like, oh man, you know what's so cool? We're working on the second album. And while it's going to be obviously oh, boo! While obviously it's going to be a while until the second, yeah! Yeah, you shouldn't fuck with me. Well, it's obviously going to be a while until the second album comes out. I just think it's so cool that we're finally working on it. I'm excited about it. I wish I could show you some of the work that's going into it because it's really fun. Oh, damn it. Now this is the one. Yeah, there we go. Got him. 1. Yes. Yes! Got him! Yay! Album 2 hype. Me too. I like the more songs I write for it, the more I'm like getting more excited. There are some songs on this album that are so good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like Synth and I are writing some of our best shit. Like some of the songs that I've been listening to, some of the demos I've been checking out and that I've been working on have been so good. I'm genuinely so excited. Yeah, I've written about 50 demos at this point for the project in total. But there's going to be... Okay. No, Bianca! Go away! Go away! Go away! No plot in my yapping stream. So there's been a lot of work on it, and I think I'm about nearly 50 demos in or something. But I think that's cool, and like there's going to be a lot of songs that never see the light of day, and they never should. But also there's a lot of songs that I'm working on now that I'm just so hyped about. There's a lot of sounds happening that I've never played with before that I'm quite excited to see come to fruition. And I think like my favorite part about writing the music is there's always some part of like, there's like always some truth to it, you know? Like there's a little bit of like fantasy and a little bit of exaggeration. Like I like songs that have a little bit of realism in it. Yeah, a lot to choose from, and maybe a vault to be used later, you never know. Yeah, well, so Synth and I had a conversation, and Synth was like, well, you know what? If you write too much, that's okay, because we can always make an EP later, or we can always use it for singles or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I totally agree. I don't think that there'll be many songs going to waste. In fact, actually, I had a couple friends reach out to me recently asking me if I had any demos spare. And I was like, I don't actually have any demos spare, because every single demo I've worked on is either too personal to give to someone else, or it's for the album, or like it's just not right for a project that somebody's working. Yeah, I've had a couple friends reach out to me wanting demos, and I'm like, no, I don't really have any. You know? Plus also my thing is I hate it when I give a song to someone that I love and that they don't use it, because I've had that happen a couple times now where I've given songs to people and they've just not done anything with them, or they parked them for some reason, or they've forgotten about them, or like they just didn't use them in the end and didn't tell me, and it really bugs me and frustrates me. So it's one of those things that I'm very picky with who I give what songs to if I'm giving songs to other people. Yeah, because like for me, the joy of making music for me, the joy of making music for me is like seeing the song come to fruition. And sure, in the demo, it's like just a demo, right? So I've had it a couple of times now, and it makes me really nervous, I guess. Norma, how'd you get into creating music? Asking for a current music school student. Well, you probably know more than I do about making music in general, because let's be real, I am completely 100% self-taught. In fact, when I first started making music, I started making music because basically people told me I couldn't. And I have a pure sense of, now fuck you, I can do what I like. So a little bit of a rebellious spirit, I guess. When somebody tells me I can't do something, I want to do it more. And also, I guess I just have a lot of things to say. Sonically and musically, that I'm like, I really want to like put that in something. And I got a lot of feelings. So when I was in high school, I used to write poetry. I was really, really bad emo poetry when I was in high school, because again, I was an emo in high school. So yeah, that was fun. And so I used to take poems and make them into songs. Now I don't really do that, because I don't think of it more as poetry. I think of it a little bit like puzzle, like building a puzzle, you know? Songs are like puzzles that are yet to be discovered. And also, this is going to sound super weird, but I've heard other interviews with other musicians telling me that this is how they feel as well. So it makes me feel a little validated, because it used to make me feel really weird at first. But songs are weird to me, because sometimes, and this is just a sometimes thing, and it sounds quite woo-woo when I say it like this, but sometimes songs are delivered to you fully written. And you might say, what does that mean? Okay, so when you're writing a song, sometimes the song needs work. Like sometimes it needs draft after draft after draft to get it to go. And sometimes it's kind of just there. And it's like plucking it out of thin air, you know? So the song is already there. So what I'll normally do is I'll start with a sound. I'll start looking at loops and samples on FL Studio at the moment is what I'm using. I used to use something called Soundtrap, and I used to just grab a bunch of like loops and samples. Now, the loops and samples sometimes end up in the final piece and sometimes don't. Most of the time they don't, because of copyright issues. We never want to deal with copyright. So we always go, hey, just because a loop is free to use, which all of my loops are copyright free to use. So even if they do end up in the final song, it's fine. We prefer not to let them be in the final song if we can help it. We recreate them if we need to. like, say if it's a melody we like, we'll just change the synth and we'll change a bunch of shit about it, or we'll change a couple of notes and make it a bit different, just to give it some specialness. But that's a producer thing. That's not my area of expertise. So yeah, I basically one day just decided to start looking at these loops and go, okay, well maybe I can do this. And yeah, that's kind of how I started. I just started finding these loops and then singing over them. I do what's called the top line. So if you don't know anything about music, top lining is when you create the vocal melody. So I do all the vocal melody stuff myself. I do all the top lining myself. I come up with like the vocal stuff for all of it myself, for better or for worse. I also write all of them, all of my own lyrics. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things, it's very fun. So yeah, it's good. I like it, and it's an interesting process for sure. But yeah, I got into it just because I felt like it, and I guess I've always had just like a sense of music. So producers do the bottom line then. The producers do a lot of everything. They do all the music stuff. They do all the vocal tuning and the vocal stuff. But I give them, basically my job is to give them an idea and then go, hey, this is the idea. And then they work off the idea. And then we come up with something together that's like, okay, no, this sounds good. And then we basically go back and forth until we come up with something that we think is good. And once we have something that we're like, yeah, no, this is great. We love that. That's fun. Then we go for it. But I also come up with, normally I do all the harmony work myself, all the background vocals, everything. It's like, yeah, I love hearing about small music careers. Knives Out might be my favorite. Thank you. Knives Out was so fun to make. I did love making Knives Out. It was also our first EDM, like, dubstep song. We'd never made a dubstep one before. And I think it's fun because I love dubstep. I used to be really into it back in high school. So it was kind of fun to, like, see that come to fruition. Yeah. Yeah, but like making music, it's just one of those things that when I was 16, I wrote my first song. It was for my band in high school. I was part of the school rock band at an all-girls public high school. And after a year of doing rock band stuff, I was kicked out for being bad at my job. Because I was the singer, and I was also, my friend and I wrote the song for the band. And they hated it, and they hated me, and I was promptly kicked out. And so I never really wrote a song again after that, until I was in my 20s. And in my mid to late 20s, I was like, I've always had this dream of being a pop star. I've always wanted to be a pop star. I sang a lot of musical theater. I've sung a lot of classical music. I've done so much in the musical theater and classical realm. But it's one of those things that it brings me joy, but it brings me a different kind of joy than pop music. Pop music has always been my first love. And the funniest thing is, my voice does not suit pop at all. I do not have a pop voice. I have a musical theater voice. So for me, I was kind of forcing myself into a place. But I was like, no, I really want to do this. And no, I'm very pleased with how it's gone so far. And it makes me so happy to know that people actually like the music that we're putting out. Obviously, this is a huge team effort between me and my collaborators. I'm really lucky to have such wonderfully amazing collaborators in my life. It's so great to be it's so great. There's got to be a different way of getting around there. Oh my God. There's so many amazing talents out here that are just not discovered by people ever. And I feel like I've kind of found a bunch of needles in haystacks. And it's been really cool to be able to work with people who let's be honest, I don't know how I ended up with such talented people who are in connection with such talented people. I can't tell you who people are connected to, but I can just tell you that there are some big industry names behind some of the people that I work with, and it's really cool to know that even behind the scenes people have eyes on it that you would never think that would have eyes on this stuff, and that makes me so proud. Yeah, and not all of my music is gonna be good. Some of it's cringe. yeah, it's always going to be a little cringe, and that's fine. I think also my biggest tip for people who want to get into music, who are very serious about this, because I take this shit really seriously, like the biggest tip I have for people wanting to make music is like, don't be afraid of being cringe. Your songs are going to start cringe. And you know what, though, sometimes, though, even if to you it sounds cringe, for other people it might not sound cringe. Like, there's a lot of times where I'll write a song and I'll go, oh, people will never listen to this. I remember getting some advice from someone when they're like, you should write songs that you think people will relate to. I disagree. I 100% disagree, because for me, it's actually not about, it's not about people relating to it. I write songs based on my own experiences, and if people happen to relate to that, then that's awesome, and I'm very proud of that, It's nice also to, like I don't focus on algorithms or what's in the charts. I really love, like, top 40 pop music, but at the same time, I never, ever, ever, like, I never will focus on, like, chart stuff or, like, optics or trends as, my own musical journey. Because it's like, at the end of the day, right? Yeah, algorithms are so boring. I know. And a lot of them are filled with AI. So fuck that. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I would never, like, do a certain genre because I felt like it was gonna be popular. And I also feel like if you're playing with genres that you think are going to be popular because they're popular and you don't have any passion for it, people will know. So it's really, really important to, like, stick with what you want. I would find interesting in certain genres, the singers sound nothing like the genre they're playing it and somehow making it work for them. Yeah, I agree. It's like, so I listen to a lot of different music, including some, like, jazz, including some pop, including some rock, including some this and that and the other, And I feel like if you are really passionate about a genre, you can make it your own, and you can also get other people excited about it if it's your passion. Like, I love me some hyperpop. I love me some pop. I've always been a pop girly. I just love it. It's so fun. But I don't make it because it's popular or because I just have a really big interest in it. It's like rock music. If I was to start making exclusively only rock music, I feel like it would be a disservice to everybody. The occasional rock song, absolutely, because people say, rock is a genre that suits my voice, which might be true. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm never going to make, like, a full rock album because it's popular or trending or whatever. No, not my jam. And, like, no shade to anyone who makes music because it's trending or popular. If that's what you want to do, that's okay. But, like, that's on you. For me, this is deeper than that, I guess. Like, for me, it's like one of those things of, like, I just make it because I want to. And I think each song is so special to me because it's its own thing. It's its own project. Yeah. Staying true to yourself is really key. I agree. So agree. And I've talked to many, many, many musicians over the years who do stuff because, it's algorithmic, and it just makes me so sad because I'm just like, there's so much more to life than algorithms or what's trending on the charts or what's trending here or, anything like that. And I think I'm at this stage now in my career with music where I really want to make music that I want to make and that speaks to me. And it's funny because, like, so we're working on the second album, and on the second album we had a bit of a roadblock because I think the concept was just wrong, And it's so funny because we're like, we've been talking about this album for months and months and months, and then all of a sudden we had the one conversation that changed the entire trajectory of the entire album. Over one conversation, the whole concept changed from a concept that I feel like we were both kind of struggling with to a concept that we're both like, this is really fucking good, and even like putting the music in a place that makes more sense, Yeah, so I'm very excited. Like, I've heard the first song and it makes me so happy to hear it, and just yeah, it's been great. I've seen a lot of work go into it, and I'm just like, it's so great. But yeah, no, I think so. If you wanna make music, I think just do it. It doesn't really matter what your process is or how you go about it. Just do it. Just find a way. There are so many systems out there now for people who are not musically talented. Like, I can't play an instrument for shit. I remember when I was like 10, I started learning the guitar, and I remember being very bad at the guitar. I'm very bad at strumming. My fingers don't want to move properly. My fingies don't want to do the things that the guitar wants me to do, and it just makes me so sad. I just cannot play guitar for shit. However, like, my brother is a really talented guitarist, and he spent years honing his craft on the guitar, but I just couldn't do it, you know? But I spent years and years and years putting effort into my singing instead and honing my skills in other places, you know? So sometimes it's also a blessing in disguise when, like, something isn't working for you, because you can just be like, well, this is not my path. I wonder if there's another way for me to do this. And out of like a lack of skill sometimes comes like creative, what is it? Something about like creative solutions. You know, like, sometimes it's not about being the most talented person in the room. It's just about coming up with a creative solution that works for you. And I think that's kind of how I've seen a lot of this music stuff. And it's funny. Yeah, literally punk. Yeah. So I think it's cool. So don't ever let like a little thing like that stop you. You can still do great things, you know, with what you have and the skills that you do have. It's made me so happy though, like seeing it all to come together. Yeah, I know I'm like broken record, but it's just good. I'm excited, and yeah, I'm always happy to answer questions about music and talk about it and share about it with people. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out here who make music. I'm obviously one in a small drop in a big old bucket of music VTubers who sing and make music and, you know, do this stuff. But I definitely think, though, my passion is in the writing of the songs. Not just lyrically, but obviously, like, melodies and stuff. I'll be in the shower. It's so funny. I'll be in the shower and I'll get an idea and I'll get my phone out and I'll voice record it real quick. And the amount of voice notes I've had over the last 6 months are kind of insane. Like, listening back to some of them and going, wow, that was a terrible idea. But, like, also, it's so cool to just have it come to you and be like, you know what? This is going to be on the album. That's crazy. And it's funny hearing a shower demo that now has come to fruition that is going to be on the album, and then being like, wow, this is like, I can't believe this was a song that I made up in my shower 6 months ago. That I just had the melody in my brain whilst in the shower. Awesome. So great. Oh my God. Yeah, it's awesome. And I think it's great and fun. And like, I'm definitely going to be... Oh, no, I've gone the wrong way. I'm going to have to go around a whole track. Off I go. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of the next project. I have also kind of done a thing with this album, because it's not a concept album anymore. It kind of is. Oh, my God. R/shower thoughts means R/shower songs. Yeah. Like, being able to hear this is the concept is wild. I know. It's kind of nuts sometimes when you just think of something and you're like, this is it. This is the one. I'm a big fan of, like, I don't want to say like fate, but it is kind of fate at the end of the day. I'm a big proponent of, like, things will work out the way they're supposed to work out. And this is the problem. Like, I know that sometimes bad things happen and sometimes things don't work out. But I do believe that most things happen for a reason, even the bad things. And that it can be hard sometimes coming to terms with that and being like, well, I guess this is you have to think of it like a learning opportunity instead of like a negative thing. You're like, okay, well, this is a learning spot. How is this a learning spot for me? Okay, to you too, bud. Okay, hold on. There we go. Yay! There's all my gems. But, like, no, it's cool. It's been very, very cool to, like, see it all happen. And yeah, it is a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes it can be. But also, I think this album is going to be... I'm going to talk a lot about that on the album. So the album's going to have some themes of, like, fate and themes of, like, hey, sometimes things are bad. But also, like, you got to take the good with the bad. And sometimes, you know... things don't work out the way you want them to, but sometimes they do, and that's okay. And, like, I've always been a big fan of, like, hey, it'll be what it'll be, but, like, I definitely am going to be pushing that with the album, and I'm excited. It makes me so excited to be able to, like, share some stories that actually I've never spoken about in the music of the album. Like there's some personal family tales on this album that I feel like could be rather interesting. Some of it is all based on a true story, and some of it gets quite dark, but I think it's going to be definitely interesting and introspective. And yeah, it's interesting, and I'm excited. But yeah, especially after the first album, because the first album obviously was quite personal. I like making personal music. I really, really do. Oh shit, I nearly had him. No! I nearly locked in too hard. Oh my god. I was locked in so hard on this guy. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Okay. But yeah, Norma keeps building hype. Help. I know I'm going to have to put out a song soon. It's all right. What I'll do is I'll leak something. I'll go and I'll do the thing I'm not doing for the podcast, and I'll leak a bunch of songs, and then you'll all be like, what? Crazy. I know. I know Synth was telling me that some of you have asked me to do music streams. I'm still thinking about it, by the way. I'm still considering it. I'm still thinking. I'm still pondering. I'm still pondering that plan. And I'm seeing whether or not I'll do any music streams. And if I do, that'll be fun. If I don't, it'll be fine anyway. But I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously considering it. Ooh, shit. Okay. Yay! Yay! Nearly level complete. That's all the gems, though, so that's good. The gems on this one are a bitch, so... Woohoo! Okay, there's only one more egg, and I know exactly where it is. It's in that stupid little beat up the dudes game. Oh, ice physics. I don't like ice physics. Does anyone actually like ice physics in games? If you do, I have some questions for you. Like why and how, and are you okay? Are you good? Ice physics enjoyers? Oh, good lord, the music as well. It reminds me of the Rugrats game. I don't know why this music reminds me of the Rugrats game. It's so bad. Sure, I'll help you. Okay, here she is. She's on the ice. Here's the Rhinoc. He's about to hit her in the face. Fuck. Shit. Balls. Oh my god. Cool. Oh my god. Hold up. Ooh, shit. I'm really bad at this one. Okay. There's a guy behind us. Shit. That. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Go away. Fucking hockey players. No. It did hurt. It's okay. You don't have to play it off. It's fine. Oh god. Okay, here we are. Ice physics. Also, is to do what we want. Go be patient or worth the wait either way. I think so. I definitely wanna, once the first single's ready, we're gonna be releasing it. Although there is a lead single for this album. The last album, it's funny because it kind of had a lead single but kind of didn't. Because I would consider Work to be obviously the lead single for the previous album cycle. But like also this one has a very clear lead single that really does set the tone for the rest of this album. It's very cool. Like I feel like this is the first time we're also properly we're properly doing music. Proper. Oh god. Yes. Please tell me that was the last one. Shit. It was not the last one. Fuck. Shit, was that the last one? Yeah! Please tell me that was it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yay! That was good. Okay. Whoa. Stressful. My god. That was so... I was like panicked. Oh my god. Hey, accurate Canadian experience. Is it really? I have so many concerns, Canada. Canada, I have concerns and questions and some queries, but mostly concerns. Are you alright? Are you alright? Alright. Cool. Don't let the bad things get you down, because sometimes the thing you think is bad can lead to the best thing you'll ever have, leaving my dream job for one I hated, but meaning the love of my life. Yeah. Like, I think it's like, right. obviously when I had my voice problem, and I still have my voice problem, but like when I got my voice problem for the first time and like waking up realizing I was going to be challenged was really hard. Yeah, I still feel okay. I am feeling good. I'm probably going to stop after this bit. I'm going to get these gems, and then I'm going to call it a day. But yeah, like, it was a really big blow. But also, it came with, like, a bunch of other stuff. Because even though I had this issue that I still deal with from every day, it's one of those things that's like, I can do it. I can do a lot more than I think I can. And also, I've pushed myself to several limits. And, like, I've done so many cool things while also having, like, vocal problems. I've not had my tonsillectomy, and yet I'm still doing stuff that they told me medically I should not be able to do. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. I like being a medical mystery. It's fun. It's fun for me. They're like, how are you physically doing this? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, cool, neither do we. Right, so it makes me really excited. Like, the whole thing just makes me excited. And, like, I've written some really personal shit. The power of ghosties. The power of like being persevering. Oh, Zardog, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you. Aw, I really appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, like, I think perseverance. The medical mystery tour. Yeah, honestly, so funny. I'll just call it medical mystery, and it will be only songs about my tonsillectomy. An entire album, an ode to a tonsillectomy that I will never get because I can't afford it. And they could give it to me for free, but the doctor was mean to me. So absolutely not. I'm not doing that. But yeah. Oh yeah. Norma's a medical anomaly because the world can keep her down. No, absolutely not. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think you should let anything stop you from pursuing your dreams if you really, really want it, you know? And like, things will come your way if you work hard enough. And I really truly believe that. You know, obviously you can't like get everything from working hard. Like, you can't get a million streams from working hard alone. You have to obviously know some people and like have some luck in the algorithm. But like, also, as long as you are doing what you want and you're having a good time, I don't think like you should let like a lack of you stop you. If you put out your magnum opus and one person listens to it, I consider that a win. Like, if I put out this next album that is my like my pride, my joy, my everything, and nobody listens to it, which is not true because there's all of you ghosties who I know will listen to it, which makes me so proud. But like, if God forbid no one tuned in, you know what? I would still be fucking proud. And I think like we're wrapped up sometimes in a world where clicks and views mean so much that it's like it's too much. It's too much. I disagree. I don't think we should let numbers rule our lives. You know, fuck those things. I don't care. For me, I don't care if like 100,000 people watch my music video. Do you know what I do care about? If one person emails me and says, "Hey, that song you wrote about your granddad really spoke to me." Sorry, why am I getting emotional? It was also the anniversary of Barry's passing while I was gone. Yeah, I didn't talk about it on the stream because it kind of happened, and then I was like, oh wow. We went to my mum's house because it's been, how long has it been? 2 years? 3 years? I think it's been like 2 years, right? So yeah, it was really interesting thinking about it. No. Positive energy, sorry, no, it's okay. The thing with that is like the anniversary is one of those things that either it gets to me or it doesn't. And like this year, I think it just got to me and I was like, because you know, it's just one of those things that I genuinely, when somebody like leaves this earth, it's such a weird feeling because you're like, on one hand, I'm glad because, you know, he's in a better place. I know he's genuinely so much better place than the hospital that he, you know, was in. But like also at the same time, it's sad because you're like, I wonder, sometimes I sit here and I wonder, and there's actually a sequel to Barry going on the album. I will say that. That's like my spoiler, is there is a sequel to Barry on the album that does deal with the aftermath of it. Because for me, it's the question of like, okay, but like, how do you go on with that? You know, how do you move on with these feels? And I got a lot of big feelings. You know what I need? A big feelings pineapple. Have I ever told you guys about the big feelings pineapple? No, but listen. Okay, no, but listen. Okay, so there's this thing out here I found on Amazon one day. I was looking at autistic toys for my autistic nephew, and it's called a Big Feelings Pineapple. Imagine a Mr. Potato Head, but it's a pineapple, and it has a giant sheet of feelings, and it's got like little different faces of all these different feelings. And whenever you're feeling a feeling, you slap the face on the pineapple and you show someone else to be that. Yeah, so we have a running joke between my wife and I called "Show me on the Big Feelings Pineapple how you're feeling today," because my wife is obviously also autistic. So it's like one of those things where like, because we both have a lot of like she struggles with her feelings sometimes because of her autism. You know, she struggles with naming her feelings, and I struggle with having lots of them. So between us, you know, I was like, we do need a big feelings pineapple, honestly. Also, pineapple is her favorite fruit. So for me, it was really funny because I'm going to buy her one. I think I'm going to buy her one for our anniversary. Don't tell her. She's not in the house, so she can't hear me. But yeah, I lost a loved one in 2021 because of the big, yeah. And it's been weird because I don't feel anything. And I'm like, oh, it reminds me of him. Fuck that. Yeah. No, I generally get that. I completely understand that. So recently, something happened. We painted our house, which has been really fun. Love painting the house. But when we painted the house, we also put up some new shelves. And in our living room, we had these giant shelves. And now we got these glass shelves. So they've got glass doors on them and they're lockable. And so I told a lot of you that I was going to get the Barry diamond set into a ring. So for people who don't know, hi, Alagimoto, hi. About to say something really disturbing here. When my granddad passed away, we cremated him and I turned him into a diamond. So I asked him when he was in the hospital, hey, would you like to become a diamond when you get cremated? Because he knew ahead of time he was going to be cremated. And so I did just that. I turned him into a diamond, and it was fine, and it was all good and all dandy. And the idea was I was originally going to get the diamond set into his wedding ring because I have his wedding ring. I wear it around my neck sometimes as a necklace because I got it resized and they resized it wrong. So now it's like too big for me now, especially after I lost weight. Because I lost weight and none of my rings fucking fit me now. And it's terrible. Yeah, live legacy as a diamond. So we call it the Barry diamond. It also has his name laser cut inside the diamond. So the diamond actually has Barry written inside of the diamond. It's very cool. And I love it. It's blue because he asked for blue. Blue is his favorite color. And when I asked him about the color options, he said blue. So it was really cool to like have his input. Yeah. So it was really cool to be able to like have his input into that, especially like while he was going through some really hard times. Like we were all going through some hard times, but obviously he was going through some pretty rough ride. So yeah, no, it was good. And yeah, so recently, because of the new shelves, I decided I would finally put the Barry diamond out. So now at my house, the Barry diamond is in full view. So if anything weird happens on this stream, he's haunting me. So I've told him not to. When I put the diamond on the shelf, I looked at it and I said, Granddad, please, for the love of God, Granddad, do not haunt me. I like looked at this thing and I said to him, I'm going to put you out now. He's been sitting in my bedside table drawer for about a year or two. And so I was like, I'm going to put you out now. I'm going to put you on full view of all my friends are going to see you now. And don't embarrass me by haunting my house. I swear to God, Granddad, if you haunt my house, I'm going to have words. I'm going to tell Mum on you and she's going to have words and there's going to be a whole malarkey. So I was like, please, for the love of God, don't haunt me. Like, haunt someone. Go haunt Nan. Go haunt Nan instead. No, so touch wood, he hasn't haunted me yet. And I've had this diamond on display. And so I don't think I've seen anything weird yet. But if anything weird does happen, you'll know exactly who did it. It was him. I put the diamond on display and this is what I fucking get, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's, yeah. So I started writing a sequel to Barry because I was like, yeah, it doesn't get any less weird. I'm not going to lie. Things don't get less weird. And I think like on the anniversary this year, I kind of had a moment. It was in June, late June. So it was a month ago now. But like, oh man, it does make you feel weird sometimes. And I had a moment where I was like, But yeah, it's not a sad thing. yeah, it doesn't get easier. Life just gets bigger. I think so. Plus also like you shouldn't let things like that stop you or get in your way, because at the end of the day, like I think he would want me to keep going. You know? He would want me to still do this. And I know he would. Like he was always like, do what makes you happy. He's proud either way. So like it makes me happy to know that like, yeah, he's on he's on my shelf, like probably watching. I remember this one time my mum came over, and for people who don't know, obviously I'm a paranormal investigator because my mum is a psychic medium. And I remember one time she was sitting at my house, and I started talking about him, and oh god, I'm getting emotional now. I'm fine. And then she's like, do you feel that? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, do you feel that on your shoulder? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, he's literally putting his hand on you right now. And I was like, what? And she could see him standing behind me and like putting his hand on me because I was talking about him. And I was like, that's so weird. Like, yeah. Anyway, wow, emotional. Right. So yeah, it's going to be hard. It's always hard, like talking about it or like your model toggle. Yeah. Like the ghost hand on shoulder. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's cool. It was cool. It was a cool moment, especially because like, you know, when you have a lot of family members who are psychic or who are mediums who can like talk to dead people, when somebody passes away, I kind of sometimes feel a little jealous, you know, that I'm like, well, you can see him, but I can't. But like also at the same time, if I ever saw a ghost, I would absolutely shit my pants and cry. So I'm not built for this shit. I'm not built for this shit at all. But also, yeah, I don't know. It sounds like Misha's fucking, no, she was genuinely serious. Yeah. Do you think the Big Feelings Pineapple would solve the trolley problem? I think it would. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like, because he passed in 2023. So like that's 3 years ago now. But like, yeah, like I said, it doesn't get easier. It just gets like, it just changes. Yeah. And I'm still like in the process of like every so often you just think about it, you're like, oh man. But it's grief for you. Grief is a funny old sausage, isn't it? But yeah. No, I'm super excited though with everything that's happening, and yeah, I've been definitely in a healthier place now, especially that I'm walking and I'm doing good things for my health, and yeah. All right, so ghosties, I'm probably gonna pause it here, but also I was gonna say before I go, when am I streaming next? I'd like to stream on Thursday. However, we will see what happens because by Thursday, if I'm too exhausted, I probably won't. So just keep an eye on stuff. I might schedule one for Thursday and we'll just see how it goes. But if it does happen or if it doesn't happen, yeah, take a break before you cry. No, it's okay. I've already had a small cry. I'm good now. I'm about to go for a walk. I'm about to go walking around my neighborhood without my wife. Hopefully I don't get concussed. Oh my god. Hopefully I don't get concussed because I'm going out by myself again. The last time I went out by myself, I got a concussion. So I'm hoping I don't get a second concussion by walking into a tree or something. So just everyone fingers crossed. Oh my god, just hopped in. Hello from Tokyo friend. Hello. Welcome. Be careful. I will be careful. I promise. I can walk in a straight line. Wear a helmet. Do you think I should wear a helmet for everything? Oh god. I mean, maybe I will. Oh my god. Listen, maybe I will start wearing a helmet. Cause like honestly, it's definitely safer than walking into the tree. You think I need a motorbike helmet everywhere? I used to have one because I used to ride a Vespa. What are they, like the motor scooters? I used to ride one of those. But I did break 6 wing mirrors in it. So I did need that helmet. It was very useful. I fell off it several times. I think I'm just clumsy. Yeah, I'm just really clumsy. I promise I won't die. I promise I won't die. Out of everyone, I've never broken a bone. And this is my first concussion. So, like, I've gone 32 years with only 1 concussion and no broken bones. I think I'm doing pretty okay. I'm just really clumsy, all right? Like, exceptionally clumsy. And I've fallen down many flights of stairs and tripped over many things, but I'll try not to do that today. on my walk. I think the most dangerous things out there are the trees, and I think the trees will be fine, surely. One concussion is more than enough. Yeah, that's what the doctor said too. She said, don't go out and get more concussions because honestly, you've had your one and like, that's it. I'm like, okay, thank you. But ghosties, it was so fun to see all of you today. Now, in the meantime, I have a lot of shorts coming out. My shorts editors have been fucking cooking. So if you're not already following me on YouTube, go follow me on YouTube. Where you can see all my shorts content. If shorts content is your thing, go check that out. I'm also supposed to be posting them to the TikTok, but I forgot, and I'm really bad at posting to TikTok. Oh, I know, I'm supposed to be posting to the TikTok, but I keep fucking forgetting. Because I'm like, it's stressful. It's so stressful posting to multiple platforms. Like, absolutely terrible. Honestly, I just can't. With so many social media things. Or yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, but I'm not sure why you do that because I only tweet like once in a blue moon when I remember that Twitter's actually a thing. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the Discord. If you're already in the Discord, if you're not already in the Discord, come and join us there. It's a really good place to keep up to date with everything. I'm always in the Norma chat telling everybody about all my health ailments. If you want to know, if you really want to know the dealio, you can check it out there. Also, I'll probably start leaking some music stuff in there at some point. So, yeah, if you want to hear stuff before everybody else, you should probably check that out. I might start going whoopsie doopsies and accidentally leaking some stuff into the Discord server. Yeah, thank you for putting the link in the chat. Hopefully that link still works. Fingers crossed. Discord's been fucking with me recently, and telling me that it's not working when it is, and it isn't when it isn't when it is and is when it isn't. I don't know how any technology works. I'm so bad at this. Anyway, until next time, don't forget to stay spoopy. I will see you later. Goodbye. Did you see that? The whole thing seemed to break. Goodbye. All right, this is the real goodbye, I promise. Goodbye.